Overall impression so far.
Oh,
What do you like? What are some
it's
things that have stood out about this
nothing
team?
else, but it's been fun. They've worked hard. They let us coach them. They had a good off season. Some leaders have evolved. Jake Booth, Luke Freeman, Zach Wood, all those guys are doing a great job keeping us focused during, because this is the grind. This is hard. We're going 2-a-days we haven't done in the past because we're usually back in school. The teachers are. So it's challenging, but it's allowed us to cover a lot of ground, and I've been very impressed and pleased with how they've worked.
Won your last 5 games to get into the playoffs last year, and then you gave the Damascus a good run.
Right.
How much do you think that season's end propelled you into the off season to kind of progress?
I think it was very important. I think our kids remember what it took to get there. We did. When we won 3-3 and we didn't back down, we accepted challenges. We quit worrying about things that weren't important. They learned how to practice. We got a lot of experience. We played some really good football teams during those games, and were successful. So it was it laid the groundwork. But like I said, we have a lot of kids back. We have a lot of kids with game experience who are either started and now they're starting in a different position. That's got to pay dividends for 2017.
How would you compare practices at this point in time now to this point in time last season?
Oh, I think our kids always work hard. They do. I have some outstanding assistant coaches, so they get at it pretty good. I think we probably have installed more, but I think it's also a byproduct of the more practice time because we're not in class yet. So it's been a good preseason so far. We'll find out Saturday.
That's right.
We may get smashed and not gain a yard and give up 15 touchdowns, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. How many starters do you return on offense and then on defense?
I think Greg and I were just talking about. I think we six on both sides of the ball, or 6 on offense, 5 on defense.
Okay.
But I think we return a total of 15 starters that are just playing different positions.
Okay.
Or 14 starters, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And then on offense, who's going to be a quarterback? I would assume it's Ryan Lay.
Ryan's doing a great job there, but we have 2 other very capable quarterbacks. And Zach Wood, who I don't think he lost a game last year, to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe he did. Damascus, and then Joey Brusha, who's a sophomore, is really good. So they're all 3 doing a nice job right now. Ryan's getting most of the snaps.
How much progression have you seen from Ryan Lay?
We were just talking. He's a much better quarterback this year because of his experience last year. He gets a play that doesn't work out well. He gets over that real quickly, and that doesn't weigh in his mind or still affect his next 2 or 3 plays. He's done with it. He's on to the next play. So it's much more mature at the position of quarterback.
Skill guys around him. I know he got Davon Butler, got Zamari Snowden. How's the offensive line look, and then how do his receivers look right now?
We like our backfield. We think we have a handful of guys that are really good back there, and they're going to make us look good up front. Our line of scrimmage is doing a great job. They're working hard. We have good size. We're not huge up there, but we're big enough. Our receivers are a bunch of guys are stepping in, and we'll start with Joey Felton, who gets a lot of balls his way. He's outstanding. I mean, he's really a good player. Yeah. Drew Flowers looked great. James Casper looked great. Rios, Rafi has played well. So we've got a handful of guys. Ben Musselman's out there. He's at slot. He's in the backfield. He's a sophomore. Will Coletti's out there, who's a sophomore. Who's a really good player. So we feel like we have a lot of different pieces that we can get the ball and make things happen.
How would you compare the skill guys to some of the groups you've had in the past? Anything.
I think, and we didn't even mention Joe Kolick, who was all conference last year. He's a returner, 2-sport star here at Linganore High School. We think we have a chance to be a very productive offensive team this year. So, but we got a lot of guys who can do a lot of things.
Defensively, I was talking with Luke Freeman. He seems to be your glue guy in the front 7. How would you break down the defense?
Luke's a returning all-conference guy, all-area guy for Frederick's Post. Jake Zudall is really good. He's a returning starter. He's going to be tough up there. We moved Isaac True from offense to defense. He's about as strong as you get. We got a junior, Trey Briscoe, who's 6'3", 275.
Huge.
And he's getting better every day of practice. He was with us last year. He started the gymnastics game. We got our cornerbacks, Nick Albano and Joey Felton, are really, really good players. So we like our defense.
This group as a whole, you've been on state title teams before. You've been through down years. What do you think it'll take to get over the hump this year, to get out of your region, to get back to the state title game?
We just have to be tough. We're good enough to be a good football team and play in the playoffs and win games in the playoffs. We just have to be physically tough, mentally tough, emotionally tough. If we can work on those three areas, as you know, our team psychic will be a tough out.
Mm-hmm. And then how would you? I know that you're well aware of your new region. No more Damascus, no Seneca Valley, no Oakdale. Got some new teams like Blake and Magruder and Rockville who haven't been traditionally good, but you don't want to overlook those teams. How would you assess your rehauled region right now?
I haven't even paid much attention to it, other than I know some heavyweights aren't there. We're worried about Curly week 1. We're fortunate enough to be playing week 11. We'll worry about those 4 teams in that region and see how we shake out.
And then your schedule this year, he just said you play Archbishop Curly week 1. Just general thoughts on your schedule this year. How's it different?
It's always tough, you know, because new coach, new system, new school. You really don't know what they're going to do as much as you'd like if you played a team a couple times and as your season opener. So obviously it's going to be. We'll see what happens. It's wide open. It's exciting.
Yeah, and who's one guy on your team right now who outsiders don't know much about, who could emerge this year for you?
I think it's a couple juniors. I think Jackson Ambush on defense could be a big plus for us, as well as both Bromleys, Mike Bromley and Joey Bromley. I think they could be outstanding for us. I think Nick Albano's going to make his mark. He's a really good corner. So those guys, Zach Miller, free safety, could be a guy who comes out. You know, people weren't aware of that. You know, he plays football, basketball, baseball. He has a great feel for all 3 of those sports. So we got some guys that might be under the radar.
All right, Coach, and what would define a successful 2017 season for you?
We want to win week 1, and then we'll take it from there. But you know, obviously, our goal every year is play to our potential. So if we play to our potential, we win every game. Great. If we play to our potential and win 10 games or 9 games or 8 games, whatever, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to play to our potential.
All right, Coach. Is there anything else that you want to say just about this team?
We're ready to get going. Yeah. I can't wait. Saturday we get to play somebody else.
All right, Coach.